La 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 la, wait till I get my money right.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Quantum Ascend. I have Render up on the screen, the 1 week price chart. This is a juicy one. I feel really good about the targets that we're going to talk about here today for Render. I think a lot of you are going to be happy about it. And everything that we do here is math backed, no hopium. I don't even own the coin. I don't care what it does. So whatever we come up with is all what the charts are giving us. So looking at this on the macro, I already drew out the Elliott waves, 5 waves up, 5 down, 5 up. I'm going to do it on this last one. This last one looks to be more of an A, B, C down to lows right there. And so far we have done the macro 1, the macro 2, and right now waiting on 3, 4, 5. So that's why we're here today. We're going to figure out exactly where 3, 4, and 5 are going to go. Before I do that, guys, join the Quantum Circle, 2 daily macro videos, entries, exits, and strategy, a private Discord access to me. Link to that is in the bio. I'm telling you guys, you can keep running around X looking for free advice, but you're getting exactly what you pay for. On entries and exits alone, you're making back that monthly. So, all right, Render, here we go. Looking at this first run up here, actually, let's do this. I'm going to show you guys on the macro then. We have a macro 1, 2, 3, 4, drops down just a little bit below 1, which can happen. I know people are screaming at their TV right now. And 5. So right now, you can see we're waiting on that macro 5th, man. We're going to be taking out these highs here. All right, it's inevitable. It's only a matter of time. And we're going to talk about how that's going to happen. So, first things first. I should make this black. Let's make it thick. All right, first things first. I'm going to take a look at this drop here. From the macro 1 to the macro 2. Sure enough, this macro 3 stopped out right at the 1618. All right, beautiful. Came back down into retracements. And again, we're just waiting on this macro 5th here. So looking at this alone, we haven't closed this range out yet. All right, closing that out would be right up here at like 36 bucks. So the longer the range, the stronger the resistance is, okay? So now what we want to do is we want to come in on this range here. This macro ABC that we completed, right? From the top of wave 3 to wave 4. And we want to see, hey, I don't know what the hell that is. Hey, do we have any confluence here? I'm going to pull that out. Sure enough, we see right up here at about $30 that the 3618 of this range hits the 2618 of this whole range hits the 3618 of that range right at $30. So we know there's going to be a strong resistance up there at $30. We have two, longer term charts. This goes back to March of 2024, so a year and a half on this range. This 4 years, 4+ years on this range, okay? And we see some strong confluence up there. So for now, I'm going to take that one off. The other thing we want to be looking at is a lot of the market right here topped at the end of the Trump pump, right? I want to take this range as well. We're looking at all these different ranges to see if we can find confluence. On this last drop, we see confluence with the 3618 of this range and the 4236 of this whole chart right there. All right. So now one more time, I'll draw this in from here. We're going to do that. Pop. Here, let me move this guy over just a little bit. Right? Because this is from that high. Okay. You see we have more confluence. The full extension of this range, of this C leg, matches the 3618 of the broader range right up there at 42. So there's a lot of confluence in these levels up here between $30 and $42. All right. We'll split the difference on it for the sake of the video. We're going to say 36, but keep these targets in mind. You have blow-off potential up to around 50, but what we really want to do is just figure out conservatively where are we kind of expecting this thing to go. So from the current price level, we'll get into where waves 3 and 4 are right now. From the current price level, you're looking at about a 940% move or a 10.4x. That's in line with a ton of the stuff that we've been charting. On this lower end here at 30, a nice round number, you're closer to like an 8.75x. That blow off there, we're closer to a 12x. Okay? So we're trying to plan this stuff months ahead of time. You have to be flexible. As this thing gets going, depending on where wave 3 ends up here, and we'll get into that in a sec, depending on where that ends up, it could dictate the rest of the move, whether we think we're going to have higher targets or maybe it's going to be closer to this conservative level. So what we want to do now is figure out where are we going here on this third wave. Typically what we're looking for is to exceed the last local high and then come back test it. So what I mean by that is wave 3 should exceed it. It suckers in retail because they see that, and then bam, it drops back down and completely screws them. All right. So what I want to do now is we're just going to play around with this near-term range here, with some of the volatility. What I would be looking for on this move would be potentially a move up. I would say usually we'd look for the 1618 here. I'm just looking at that high, and I know there's going to end up being resistance that comes in right around there. Where are we at right now? Okay. So we'll say, though, for argument's sake, we get up there to around 1771. And again, we're going to be looking for this wave 4 to come back and back test this area or even drop into these retracements. Typically, you're going to look at a 35 to 50% move. That's on average. Again, we'll have to adjust as we go. With the market cap being near $2 billion, that's a pretty decent sized coin. So we're going to be closer to the 35-40% mark. The smaller the cap coin, meaning less dollars in it, the harder it's going to get hit. But, the heavier it's going to rise sometimes. I'm looking, there's a lot of price action back here right around this level. So that's a little bit deeper than we were talking about. But you see that $10 is just north of that, a nice round support number. We'll say that this guy's going to be coming in about $10 right there for wave 4. So, because these psychological numbers do matter. You see it time and time again, especially with retail. So we're going to be looking for wave 3 up here to 1771, a drop back down to 10, and then one more wave off to the $36 area. What does that look like now? Well, this first wave would have been 123%, 2.2x. Third wave's usually the strongest, 572%, or 6.2x of that wave from the current price level, about another 5x. And then you look at what wave 5 would be in this situation from the $10 mark up here, 258%, or like a 3.6x. So waves 1 and 5, similar-ish in length, not really, but wave 3 is usually the most impulsive, and that fits this narrative here. And then you have your 5 waves up into alt season, waiting on 3, 4, and 5. So that's how we're looking, guys. A lot of math, I know, but that's what we got for render. I'll make sure that I put this in the tweet. I'll also give you that blow-off higher end target of like $42. So like I said, guys, join the Quantum Circle, real-time trades, access to my portfolio, macro analysis, 2 videos a day, a Discord. I teach you how to do TA just like me. I've been doing this for 10 years, guys. This is what I do full-time now. I'm here to help you. If not, if you could just follow, like, repost, I greatly appreciate that. I'm trying to reach as many people as I can before it's too late. So I hope everyone has an excellent Friday. I'll talk to you later.